To access all full body language breakdown videos in entirety, hours upon hours, click the link in the description to take you through to the Patreon. Thanks. Everyday Superpower, where we talk about body language, relationships, game, and everything in between. If you want to learn about attraction and repulsion, there's no better place, okay? Continuing on with our viewing of blind dating a famous comedian, each one of these dudes are taking their turn to give this beautiful young woman a nerdy pickup line. And we're going to see how she reacts, how they put it forward, and we're going to engage in the communication. We're going to observe everything we can with fine detail, yes, so you can look at the outside world through a magnifying glass. You've never done so before, okay? Once again, this is life-changing stuff. I'm giving you the game. If you're joining me just now, wait until the end. You'll learn stuff you never learned before. And with that being said, if you want to go from the start of the playlist, the comment section will give you a link to do so, if not the description of the video. Pick your choose, all right? So we just seen my man bust a little joke or two, and we're going to go on to the next dude, all right?
Small penis. Okay.
Right, here we go. This guy's not said much up until this point. You need to understand the baseline behaviors of these people to fully grasp where we're going and where we're at. But we're going to react to this in real time, okay? So if you join me just now, don't worry. I'll show you what it is and what it isn't, okay? So, without further ado, let's see what goes on. First and foremost, what we need to pay attention to is, as the guy approaches and sets up, does she take a step backwards? Let's find out.
Are you Algebra 1? Because I would...
So we actually had the complete opposite. Pay attention.
Hey, small penis. Okay.
Look, she sees him moving in.
Are you...
Well, she moves a step more central, but what I just saw wasn't moving back, which is good. Him, on the other hand, comes across very frightened to engage in a closer degree of communication. Look,
Algebra 1?
he steps far away at a tangent, blades his body, doesn't approach fully.
Because I...
Basically looks at the floor. This hat is a coping mechanism. It's a shield. It's a barrier, okay? Anybody who wears glasses or caps or balaclavas on the face are shielding themselves from the world. Pay attention.
I would nut you twice. Or fuck, I would do you twice.
Pay-
Are you Algebra 1? Because I would
Are you Algebra 1?
nut you twice. Or fuck, I would do you twice. Or I think it was 3 times. No, I did kindergarten twice.
So he continues going onwards. He got a little laugh out of her, all right?
Algebra 2 twice.
Okay.
Limp wrist even, sign of femininity here. Do you know, when we see homosexuals, we see them manifesting a limp wrist because it's a feminine behavior, right? And those, I'm not saying all homosexuals because there's a whole broad spectrum, right? But I'm saying those who are more camp, more flamboyant, those who are taking a little more influence from the feminine non-verbal cues, and they walk in a particular way and they do this, that, and the third. You might see them with limp wrists, right? Because when a woman is in a submissive state, she will accentuate the wrist, the exposure of the wrist potentially, if not the movement of the wrist, to attract attention to that which is a life or death place on her body. All right, I'm submitting to you because I'm allowing you to take control and have the potential to do whatever you want of that which gives me life or death. It's the same as the neck, the sides of the neck, the throat. Exposure, these areas are in your benefit if you want to have a sexual relationship with a woman. Of course, it's all up for interpretation, but all of this is a pseudoscience. Keep this in mind, yeah?
You got left back?
Pay attention.
It was 3 times. No, I did kindergarten twice and Algebra 2 twice.
Okay.
You got left back?
So this is a problem. We do want other men qualifying to us, showing interest in us, because it elevates our status in the eyes of the man. But if we're there speed dating this woman, we might not want too much interaction with those who are that woman. We want to accentuate and create intimate communication with that woman. And the fact that he's bladed his body towards it as opposed to being fully frontal rids of that intimacy, because her body now is just as much with the other men on her right hand side than it is on her left. So subconsciously thinking, she's paying attention to all of these dudes to the same degree, right?
Yeah, I did kindergarten twice. So fucking easy, I did it again.
And that was it. That was such a flop. It completely cuts the screen, doesn't even allow to show him walking away. Let's see where this guy goes. We've got the next character coming up next, all right? pay in mind this guy was rejected on the first speed date, all right? And in both dates, he's given a gift, all right? He's trying to make a ploy that he's got a lot of money. He's supposedly a professional footballer. Let's see where we go.
Hey, are you homework?
No, why?
Because I'd rather do you instead. Hey, are you home?
He stops here. There's an adequate amount of distance between them. When I'm talking about her stepping back in repulsion, it's not the worst thing in the world. Because if you give too much space between you and start engaging, look what might happen.
Homework?
No, why?
She steps forward into his space. So have you seen how you can mess around with these dynamics in this push and pull scenario, yeah? Do you, when people tell you, oh, play hard to get, and this and that, it's completely misread by everyone, where they think, oh shit, I can't like engage in a positive way, I can't validate her, I can't qualify myself to, I can't do this and that. It's completely dynamic, because as he gives too much space and engages with her, she, wanting to engage with him, moves in. Have you seen how much better that is than you getting too close, showing how you feel and her backing off, showcasing to not only you but to herself that she finds you and your presence repulsive? Pay attention.
Because I'd rather do you
Click like and subscribe. I'm giving game. She takes 2 steps forward.
instead.
Wouldn't that mean I'm not homework if you don't want to do homework?
He flopped. Not the worst case in the world. As she responds, it creates engagement as opposed to repulsion. She starts asking him questions. Don't get me wrong, puts him on the spot, because as far as like quick-witted quirkiness, she's very good at that. She's shown like how dominant she is in that particular field. She's got a very fast-thinking mind. She's very good verbally speaking. So when she puts this man under pressure by asking him a question and posing this, it puts him under pressure to try and say something funny back. You don't need to. Just engage, just keep the conversation flowing, because if you were to say transactionally speaking, she puts herself in a submissive position by inquiring with you. It's an indicator of it's an indicator of interest. She's posing you a question. Let me learn about you. Let me learn about what you're thinking. Let me learn about what you mean. Even though he might have flopped the joke, it creates space for discussion. It creates space for communication, okay? And the more we communicate, the more we inquire with each other, the more we bounce back off with each other, the more we learn about each other, and the more potential we have to find this common ground where we can get together and be more than friends, if not friends. Come on.
You know what?
It also opens up space to repulse her and be a knobhead and expose how bad a person you are. There we go. You know, it's all dynamic.
You're kind of like my favorite subject.
What's your
So he's going back on it again.
favorite subject?
Math.
What's 3 to the power of 4?
6, 7.
So he comes with a funny joke, hilarious. I am 10 years old and I love internet culture. She's talking about shit to the power or whatnot. She's talking about mathematical principle. She's talking about being a psych major. This is the reality of who she is. And you as a man can't out-funny her. And you clearly can't outsmart her, given you're referring to internet memes. When she has a depth and intelligence that needs to be stimulated. Pick up artistry in the red pill and whatnot. We'll say, she's a woman, she just wants a little bit of play, she just wants this and that. That's fine. Maybe she doesn't want to go on a deep depth of intellectual discussion with you. Maybe that's not the case. But you need to showcase, if not influence, a degree of stimulation to her imagination. And you can't do that by referencing memes and pop culture. You need to do so by speaking with a depth and showcasing an essence as to which actually creates interest in her to you. You can't just stonewall it by this basic mundanity. She's an intelligent woman. She's fast on her feet. Educated. You don't need to go to university to speak to her in an intelligent manner. You just need to have an understanding of oneself, if not a smartness and intelligence in other planes, in order for you to competently and comfortably express yourself in a manner where she thinks, wow, this person is somebody of substance and value. Okay?
You got it, bro. He rewrites the rules. Whatever he says is right.
Oh,
Have you paid attention to that? Listen.
The power of 4.
6, 7.
She mocks him.
3 to the power of 4.
She asks a genuine question. You know, it's a shit test to some per se. If he got that straight away, then she'd think, all right, we got someone who understands the powers, which is basic mathematics. Don't get me wrong, I'm not good at mathematics, but I know it's basic mathematics, right? Somebody who's got some degree of intellect within that realm would be able to just reel that off there. And then she'll be like, all right, cool. It'll elevate your value in the eyes of her, right? Because what coincides with mathematics? Financial information, economic information, recognizing patterns. It's not about answering a question at face value. It's about the knock-on effect and the underlying characteristics as to which it showcases in doing so. Everything is indirect. You don't go forth and say, I'm smart, I'm intellectual. You don't go forth and say, I'm an esoteric mastermind, I'm a mathematician, I'm this and that. No, it comes out in natural conversation in the ways to which you interact and engage. Okay? So he responds with some
6, 7.
daftness. He looks over at her. She mocks him. This is mockery. This isn't playful engagement. He does this with his hands. She creates this nonsense. Yeah, isn't that great? She steps back in repulsion, reflects what he does to him, or reflects what she sees in him, which is this nonsense. It's a complete mockery.
You got it, bro. He rewrites the rules.
He rewrites the rules. Pay attention to the undercurrent of what's been said here. We've got a hater here in the background squinting, blocking out the information here. We've got a hater with a sneer here. a display of disdain with the one side of the lip slanting as opposed to the other. When you learn to read these cues, you'll never hate again because you'll see the reality of what is. Or at least you will start to hate when that woman shows interest in someone you really like. Like, this is one of the rules, right, which you can disagree with. But trust me, it's never been a problem in my world, yeah? You keep your woman and your friendship groups and your business separate. By default. By default. When you don't know this information and know how people operate and know how people work and entwine, what you'll realise is that she'll start messing around with someone you know who is of higher value than you, right? Because you're not hanging around with bums, you're hanging around with valuable people, right? Or at least you open up the doors for that to happen. You, as a man who isn't educated, will start to feel emotional in regards to that. You will start to look towards your friend, if not friends, if not her, in a different way. You will start to engage with her about, oh, I don't want you seeing him no more. Only further spurring her interest in him because you're only emphasising the differentiation in value that you are less than him. She starts to find more interest in him. It only continues to bubble up higher and higher until you fuck everything up. Now, let's say, for example, you are educated, you're stoic, you're calm, you understand how you feel, you understand envy, jealousy, the relationship between man and woman, and you do the same thing, you introduce her to your friends and so forth. Now, you see your friends flirting with her in a way which is oblique to the general perceptive, but you see it. And you see that your friend, your close friend, or your boss or whomever is now interested sexually with your partner. Okay? How you choose to take it and, you know, transmute it into whichever form of energy is up to you. But understand, it's only going to overcomplicate that which you have already. Okay? Just disconnect it. Keep it one side to another. You can't stop people feeling the way they do. If her friend fancies her, if she goes out in the public, if she goes to a nightclub or wherever, and men are there interested in her, you can't help that. That's going to be the case. But don't affect your social circle by adding this ticking time bomb to it. Now, let's say, for example, you break up with her and now she's now friends with your friends group. It's a recipe for disaster, okay? And these women will come forth just like, oh, can I meet your friends? Blah, blah, blah. No. Bitch! So let's move on.
Whatever he says is right.
So yeah, let me go back on what she said. Look.
Got it, bro. He rewrites the rules.
He rewrites the rules.
Whatever
he says is right. And we focus on the hater here. Pay attention. Pay attention. That's what the cameraman's trying to do. Because he's misreading everything that's going on. He thinks there's some degree of success here. Like, my guy is low-key hating. So, and pay attention to the Freudian slip there, or what one would consider a Freudian slip. I said Guy, right? I said, this guy's, I don't know what I was saying, but if you pay attention to what I said before, you'll find that I'm speaking so fast and I'm speaking before my mind can catch up. So I entwined two words in the same sentence together to create this random third word, all right? So when somebody says something and it's like a dodgy word, what you'll find is that it's a mishmash. It's the start of one word they meant to say and the second half of a word that was following in that sentence. And that's because they're speaking so fast that their mind can't catch up and they can't coherently produce communication. So she says, oh, he makes his rules and blah, 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 blah. She says that in a passive-aggressive way, saying, I asked him a question and he just made a complete joke out of it. And because he made a mockery out of what I said, I'll mock him in return. Yeah. Come on now. So next we got this guy coming up. We got 90s boy band guy coming up, The Virgin, as he admitted in his last one. I think it's all thinking, I don't mean it. I have an idea that she might be incredibly turned off by this next guy who comes and dates. So let's find out. I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Thank you for watching. You can watch all body language breakdown videos, hours on hours of content, including the game I can't give here, via the Patreon. The link is in the description.